He's been pretty good. He's the one guy I got in my group that really will talk. Now that sounds funny, but when they get on the line of scrimmage, a lot of them are a little afraid to make a decision, and he's not. And he's making some busts and some wrong decisions, but Chris will talk, and he'll try to control the defense and try to get everybody on the same page, and that can be coached. The ones that are concerning me now is they're not really spitting it out, making the calls they got to make, moving around with confidence and enthusiasm and intensity, and mainly confidence. So hopefully, they'll all get better and better. Jake's been pretty good. He's a veteran. He's probably right more than the others are right, but he's got to be a little quicker, a little more assertive in setting the calls. But Chris and Jake right now both working at the Mike linebacker, and they've got to make a lot of calls for our defense. And especially when the offense starts speeding things up, we make the linebacker call a lot of defense out there that is not sent off the sideline. So I've been really pleased with that element. I like his speed, I like his quickness, I like his attitude about contact. He's getting better on all the techniques and things. And that's all I worry about as a coach. When a player's got an attitude that he likes contact, and he's learning, and he's studying the game, and he's giving everything full speed, I'll get him coached up. It's hard to coach one if he's not going to come to work every day.
How have the installs been here compared to maybe some other previous years in the SEC in your first spring?
Been pretty good. I go back to my opening statement. That's probably the one thing we've been a little bit pleased with, is they haven't gotten a lot of brain lock out there on things that have been a little new that we're doing, or they see something the offense hasn't done yet, see a new play or a new formation, and some of the things they do in their zone drops, it's been pretty good. It's a long way from being able to play in a really critical ball game and so forth, but for learning a new system, and everything's being thrown at them from an offensive standpoint right now, I've been really pleased with the overall performance of them from an assignment standpoint.
Coach, in addition to the fundamentals, anything else, in addition to the fundamentals and tackling, anything else that you're interested in really watching for scrimmage Saturday?
Well, the number one thing is effort to the ball. Just pursuit effort. Everybody give you the best physical effort they can give. The number two thing is our tackling. We've got to see that improved. The physical part of it, the fundamentals part of it. I think the third thing, we're not trying to game plan or anything, but we've got some things in that have been performed since the first, second, or third practice, and I want to see some consistency in that. And so a couple of things we put in this week are things that the offense are going to do that we have never seen before. I really don't care. But these things that we've been working on since day 1, 2, or 3, we've got to start seeing consistency in the execution of them. These repeated mistakes have got to start disappearing. I think that'd be the three main things. Numbers of linebackers, it's always been my feeling in the Southeastern Conference that the guys in the box, front people and linebackers, you got to have two at every position that can perform on a winning level to know that you're going to make it through a season and through a game with a player that's capable of making winning plays. When you get into a position where you only got starters, and when you put the backups on the field as a liability, you're in trouble in this league. You get one, and if you only got 3 to play 2, and you get one hurt, then you're right back where you started from. Now, we may not reach that level, but what our goal is, we're trying to find 22. I don't think it's that necessary in the secondary, because it's not that constant play after play contact, fatigue factor. But obviously, if you could get too deep in every position back there, we'd like to do that too. But in the box, in this conference, everybody's got to have a backup, and when that starter gets a little bit fatigued, his level of performance starts down, that backup ought to be at least as good as that performance or better. So that's a long-winded answer. I hope I got 4 at least.
What have you seen out of the defensive line so far?
Been playing the run pretty well. Our first unit is way ahead of our second unit. It's a huge drop-off. What Philip just asked, that'd be a point of concern right now. I don't think we got 4 tackles. I don't think we got 4 ends. Play at a level that we got to have. Hopefully by the spring, end of spring, we will. Pass rush has been pretty good. Again, I haven't seen a real dynamic play in pass rush. Somebody just exploding off the edge, or somebody inside, exploding up through a gap, or running over somebody, anything like that. But pass rush has been pretty decent so far. But I like our depth inside. We got a little concern outside. Some guys got to really step up in the defensive end position in the backup spots. The injury to Kamaya Harrell, that's part of football, and is very disappointing, and you don't ever want him to get hurt, but you really don't want him to get hurt at the beginning of the whole spring, because then they've lost all of that preparation time. We'll get him back in the fall, but he's a young player, and now he's lost a chance to really learn our scheme and get better. But I think we've got good depth in the tackle spots, got some question marks in the depth at the end spots. Overall, I think our front's played, pretty decent.
Who would you, who are the first teamers right now?
Well, Blackson was hurt, so he has not played. He's been out. We hope to get some reps on him tomorrow. We'll have to see. He went kind of limited today. But I think Rodney would probably pick him and Gabe, maybe a toss-up between Gabe and Jeff, And, those are the three that right now have been a little bit better than the rest.